Okay, so this is our third devlog of OpenCAD. Because I just did a cargo clean, so we have to rebuild it. But in the meantime, let me tell you that for the last 2 days, for the last 3 days, I was not doing much new features. I was mostly dive into the code and actually see if I can understand some of the code, because 99% or more than 99% of the code are purely generated by GPT 5.6, and 3 days ago I ran out of my tokens. I am using the $100 version. So then I downgraded to 5.3 Codex Spark and also Opus 5. And I don't like to use Opus 5 because it tends to overthink a lot. So for the same task, it spends much more time and produce worse code than GPT 5.6. So for that reason, I was out of the best model that I can have access to. But it's good. So I think that even though we can generate code with AI very quickly, we still need like 1 or 2 days every week to actually look at the code and to clean up the tech debt. There were a lot of duplicated logic in our code. As you can see, most of the commits I did today was to remove those duplicated code. For example, this one, clip source time calculation. So basically, we have this logic duplicated 1 time and 2 times and 3 times in our logic, in our business logic. So we extracted it into a function, and then we simply call this one function. And one big find out is that we have a lot of duplication logic in the clip placement. Let me explain what is clip placement. For example, here we can have one clip selected and we can move it, so that is a clip placement. We can also move it to a different track. We can also have group selection, that is also placement. We can also do Control-C or Command-C on macOS and then paste. Copy and paste, that is also a placement. We can also drag a whole asset and place it on the timeline. That is also placement. So we have 3 different kind of clips placement: movement, copy and paste, and drag from the Explorer. So before this PR, each place has its own placement checking logic to say if a placement is valid. For example, here, if we have overlapping, the placement is not valid, but we can have multiple way of overlapping. We can also copy and paste and then do that. So before this PR, every different kind of placement checks its own logic, but the logic is actually the same. If you do not catch it, then over time it has this AI slopes. So that's when it's a good time to clean up those tech debts. And some of those slopes are actually easy to refactor. You can easily do it by hand or do it with AI, because the domain is constrained. It's not adding new features. So sometimes adding new features is more like free space. So you'd better use a bigger model to do that. But reducing stuff, deleting stuff is fine to do it by hand, or sometimes it's even quicker to do it by hand. We also have some new features. For example, here in the old build, we don't have those icons, and so the icon here is kind of confusing. You can see like if we do not have it selected, the icon is so confusing, like I don't know which one is lock and which one is visibility. That's why we now officially have SVG support. So now we have 2 icons, an eye and an lock icon here. So GPUI is this framework natively supports SVG. So now we have this beautiful SVG, which is much more straightforward. Okay, so that's the devlog for today, and hope you like it.